KBOI2 News, first at 4.
Our top story, the man accused of placing bombs in New Jersey and New York City is in custody.
Ahmad Khan Rahami was arrested after a shootout with police.
We have team coverage this afternoon. Scott Logan gets some local perspective from a terrorism expert.
But first, we'll send it over to Kenneth Craig, who's been working this story all day long. He has the latest in New York.
Well, good evening to you. I can tell you a lot of people in this region are breathing a major sigh of relief tonight after authorities got this guy right off the streets just hours after they released his name.
Man, this is crazy.
Bombing suspect Ahmad Khan Rahami was wheeled into an ambulance after a shootout with police in Linden, New Jersey. Rahami had been on the run since Saturday's bombing in New York City and the Jersey Shore.
We have directly linked Rahami to devices from New York and from Saturday in New Jersey.
Police say Rahami, a naturalized citizen from Afghanistan, was caught on surveillance video near the explosion in Chelsea that left 29 people injured.
We have every reason to believe this was an act of terror.
Authorities say Rahami was sleeping in the doorway of a local bar when two officers confronted him. They say he shot one of those officers, then took off running.
We did return fire to the suspect, striking him several times and taking him down.
Early Monday, the FBI raided the suspect's apartment in Elizabeth, New Jersey, and collected evidence. Investigators also recovered a backpack filled with bombs at a nearby train station, including one that a robot detonated. So far, authorities say there is no indication Rahami is part of a cell. President Obama is urging everyone to remain vigilant.
I think it's important to remember what terrorists and violent extremists are trying to do. They are trying to hurt innocent people, but they also want to inspire fear in all of us.
Police have detained at least 5 others in connection with the bombings. And we've also learned tonight that authorities here in New Jersey have officially charged this man with a number of crimes. Those other charges involving terrorism and the feds will come later, authorities say. Back to you.
Taking a closer look at the suspect, Rahami is 28 years old. He was born in Afghanistan but became a naturalized U.S. citizen. Rahami and his family live in Elizabeth, New Jersey, where they own a fried chicken restaurant.
A local expert on terrorism and global security applauds the quick police work that led to the arrest in this case. KBOI2's Scott Logan is live in the newsroom with his take on the bombing arrest.
I spoke with Mike Baker, a former CIA covert officer, now global security consultant, who says his big takeaway from the events of this weekend are that radical Islam terrorism attacks aren't going away anytime soon, and it can happen anywhere. Former CIA covert officer Mike Baker says it was excellent police work that resulted in the capture of the bombing suspect within 48 hours.
But 48 hours to get that sort of result is pretty remarkable.
And he says police wisely brought in the public at the get-go with the unprecedented use of the Amber Alert system as an electronic wanted poster for Ahmad Khan Rahami.
You want to draw the public into this and make them sort of a force multiplier.
Baker says we're fortunate nobody was killed in the attacks, but he says that does not necessarily reflect on the experience of the perpetrator.
You never look at one of these incidents and think, well, nobody died, so therefore the perpetrator was inept or wasn't capable. Sometimes it's a matter of luck that we don't have the damage done.
Baker says the emergence of the so-called lone wolf attacks means they could happen anywhere.
Any place is susceptible. It doesn't mean we all sit in our foxhole now and wait for the next bad thing to happen. You just, you keep busy living. It's just more of the same, unfortunately. I don't mean that in a cavalier way, but what I mean is we're not going to resolve this problem with Muslim extremism in the short run, not in our lifetimes, frankly.